Welcome everyone to English Without Borders weekly Thursday webinar series. We are so delighted to have such a fantastic webinar today at 6 p.m. Tajikistan time, with the attendees joining us via both Facebook and Zoom. In today's webinar, we will be exploring the topic of media as a tool to enhance English language learning. And our esteemed speaker will be providing invaluable insights and actionable steps for you, dear audience. And before giving the floor to our honored speaker, Bakhtibegim Mamadrayonova, I would like to introduce her to you. Bakhtibegim Mamadrayonova holds a bachelor's degree in linguistics from Horog State University. Currently, she is a senior teacher, English instructor at Horog State University, and a part-time English instructor at the School of Professional and Continuing Education of the University of the Central Asia. So the floor is yours, Malima Bakhtibegim. Thank you very much. Please, the floor is yours. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Gulnura. Hello, everyone, dear EWB team. Thank you again for inviting me be a webinar speaker. Today, let me share my visible, yes?
Yes, yes.
Okay, today's topic is media as a tool to enhance English language learning. So the reason of choosing this topic, so we see that media has a tremendous influence on every person's life nowadays, and media is the source of different kinds of information, and media is becoming one big part of our life, and also it can be used professionally in teachers' career. So our outline for today's webinar. So the first comes why media, then ways of improving language learning, the challenges of using media in teaching English language, and the last is wrap up. So first, before coming to my presentation, can you answer the questions? Here we have some questions. The first question, what is media? The second, how can media help both teachers and students enhance their knowledge? And the third comes, how can we exploit a piece of learning material offered by various media? So can you please, you can answer via Zoom or via Facebook, what is media? What does this term mean? And can it be helpful for teachers and as well for students? And how can we take one piece of information, one learning material from media and conduct it in our lesson? Okay. You can share on chat, or you can unmute yourself and give your responses. Okay, we have here.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Satbark.
Begim, how are you?
I'm okay, thank you, Satbark. How are you?
I am also okay. I think that we have less participants because of the, fasting. Maybe they are getting
Yes,
ready.
you're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. They are, yes, they're preparing for iftar.
Yes, but I'm lucky. I have mother-in-law who can prepare it. That's why I'm here. So, when we talk about the questions, first question is what is media? I think when we first think about this question, we immediately think about social media. But media is not just social media; it's also like TV, journals, um, everything that carries the information. We can call it media. Am I right?
Absolutely.
So, and how can media help both teachers and students enhance their knowledge? As we know, nowadays, media is very popular, and most children and most students are also very interested in it. That's why I think that the teachers should take it under the consideration, and they should. M- they should teach their students using media. So I can bring as an example, for example, I have a group in social media which I found very helpful. I can share materials with my students. I can talk with them whenever we have any updates. We can discuss it there, and also it's very useful for transforming the information. And the last question is how can we exploit a piece of learning materials offered by various media? Exploit.
So exploited means
Mm-hmm.
using.
Mm-hmm.
How do you use? Yes, you take one piece of learning material. How can you use it?
So it depends on from the source that we get the information. For example, if it's from the maybe when we find any interesting article in the newspaper, we can bring it. Then we can discuss the news. Or as I said, I have a group, so I can share my handouts if we do not have an opportunity to print it, so we can share it there, and we can use it.
Thank you, Sattar, for so amazing ideas that you have shared with us. So let's move on. Me? Okay, so let's look at the definition of media. What is media? So the term media, and we have here the plural of medium, is the means of communicating information or ideas. Media, therefore, can be used by teachers to communicate instructional information or ideas to students in the most effective way to enhance learning. So did you pay attention that I put the question in singular form, but the word itself, it is plural form. Why? Because now it is the tendency that media, the word media is used more commonly rather than in singular form. And that's why now it is used in the singular form. So what is media? Actually, grammatically, we use it in plural form. So this was the definition, and here I put a question, why media? So we know that teachers, actually, they face a lot of challenges during their classes, how to engage their students with different kinds of materials yes, that was developed by the principals that their curriculum, they have this kind of plans, but actually we can see that students are not engaged in these kind of materials, but they are mostly engaged in media, and especially social media. So the use of media, especially social media in ESL and EFL classroom, can increase students' engagement, encourage self-learning, and provide easier access to information. So as we know that social media, it is not only used in education, but it is the tool that it integrate integrate different kinds of materials, and we can see that people, they communicate via media, that these applications, social media application that is called interactive application, they are used, and this aspect also become very popular in education. So nowadays, so many researchers and teachers, they try to use media as a tool for their for their students' education, to increase it, to enhance it, and to engage them. Now let's look at some researchers' claim. There were some findings that researchers came to one conclusion, that media is very useful and it is very necessary, especially social media. And let's look at Ayaz, Fahim, and Khan. They say that social media offers English language learners ways to enhance their English language skill, like writing, reading, and vocabulary. It plays an important role among the users. So Mingle and Adams, they express that cyberspace has become a reliable platform for learners to participate in academic and formal discussions at their own pace and availability, where they share their ideas via written communication. And we have some other researches that web-based discussions can add to the progress of students' insightful ability and critical thinking skills, as Deng and Tavares, they are cited in Mingle and Adams. Compared to face-to-face interaction, learners have the liberty to voice their opinions, their agreement, disagreement in online discussions. Language educators would be excited to use social media as a medium of learning with students. And the last students would score better grades if they have a means of communicating with their instructors, as well as a way to be engaged in online classes via social media. So the objectives that actually we put in our lesson plans, the objective that we usually have in our curricula, is to engage them and to get the knowledge that they get during our English classes. It is enhancing their reading skill, it is enhancing their speaking skill, writing skill, and listening skill. So this social media, the platforms that are very popular among especially teenagers, they are the best ways to enhance these 4 skills, and they can get better scores. So let's look at some platforms that they are very popular. This is YouTube, Facebook, BBC Learning English, Instagram, LinkedIn, and WhatsApp. So these are the platforms that they provide. They provide the materials that are very necessary for our students. And so, as we know that Google takes place the first place, Facebook it is on the second, and YouTube it is the third place. These are commonly used platforms. So let's look Facebook. What can it give us? We can see that Facebook, it is a platform that students can communicate with new and exciting friends using target language. What does it mean? So we know that Facebook, it is a platform that we can have different nationality friends with different nationalities, and especially English friends. And they can express their ideas with these kind of friends, learning about the American culture. So this is very good platform to be familiar with the American culture. So they are learning and they studying English language, and it is very important for them to know more if they delve into that language, so that it is very good place for them to know American culture. So teaching English writing. It is also a very good platform for students to enhance their writing skills. So how does it work? For example, they can write each other letters, messages, and all the time they will try to write correctly, accurately, and they avoid mistakes. So it is very good one. Or teachers can create kind of groups that via these groups they can send their teacher different kinds of assignments. So these assignments, they require accuracy, so that their sentence structure could be more correctly, and etc. So increasing students' confidence to use English. Of course, it is the place where students, they enhance their fluency and they can be engaged in different conversation, dialogues. So Facebook, it is one of the best ways to enhance their knowledge. The next one, YouTube. So what are the potential learning outcomes? So as we know that it takes the third place after Facebook, it grabs students' attention. So it promotes more creative learning and thinking, enhancing their motivation and concentration, decreasing anxiety and tension when discussing some controversial topics, fostering deeper understanding and learning, creating more interest in class among students, developing their attitudes toward the taught content and learning. So as we know, as we see that when you give any kind of assignment, they quickly, sometimes, for example, in my class, my students, they have problem, especially with grammar. And they try to understand the given explanation for any grammar topic, but somehow they get used to using YouTube, and they say that YouTube will explain, it will give us more examples so that it will be easy for us to understand any topic. And of course, it promotes their creative learning and thinking. They start creating different kinds of things. When you give any kind of, for example, project work, you can give them case study. You can give different assignments on making a presentation. And it is a good platform for them to give so many ideas. They can watch different channels like TED Talks. That is one of the famous channels that different kinds of individuals, they share their experience, they share their knowledge, they share their different kinds of experience, like bad experience, good experience, so that it will be kind of yes, lesson for students. Not only educational lesson, but it can be a life lesson. So the another one we can have here, we have here Twitter. I don't think that Twitter is so popular in Tajikistan. I haven't seen, for example, my colleague or students, they use Twitter, but it is spreading. It is spreading in Asian areas. So Twitter is another well-known online social network that allows users to tweet. It means that they send each other short answers, responses, send and read short character messages, developing the pronunciation skills, building a sense of community and collaboration among all language teachers, interact with each other, share ideas and information, engage in effective communication, discuss lesson objectives and goals, reflect on individual and cooperative work, comment on each other's work, share jokes and humor. So there was a kind of research in developing the pronunciation skills. So how did it work? I remember it was in Malaysia. Yes, I read one article. So how did they develop on Twitter platform the students' pronunciation skills? So they gave them assignments to read about 30 messages, and the teacher asked students to look at each word and find out mistakes and find out the transcription of the words. And after 1 month, the researcher he drew a conclusion that from 30 students, 27 students, they achieved the level of their pronunciation skill. They tried to find out all the mistakes. They tried to correct on their papers the correct answers, and it really worked. That while they were reading different kinds of messages, and they find out so many mistakes, and they correct themselves. And while pronouncing it correctly, finding the correct transcription, and reading it in the correct way. So in building a sense of community and collaboration among all language teachers, so it is also one platform that it connects all the teachers. They can write different messages. It can be in an informal way. They can send different messages to each other. They can share their challenges that they face in their classrooms with students, with different types of students, with problematic students. And they can find easy ways to overcome the problems that they face in their classrooms. And what does it give them? Of course, different teachers, they interact with each other because it is interactive application, and they speak with each other, they communicate with each other. At the same time, they can develop their English language as well. So share ideas. Of course, they share different kinds of ideas. They are, at this moment, they are engaged in effective communication. They share their objectives. Yes, not thinking about that, did I put the correct structure or not? But this is Twitter. Reflect on each other work, and they put comments. Of course, they share jokes and humor. So another one, that is WhatsApp. It is also a very popular one of the social networking language learning tool that has been so influential among the language learning is WhatsApp. A language is best learned when there are enough rooms for interaction. The WhatsApp users can create groups, send each other text messages, images, video, and audio clips. So I think everyone remembers the COVID time. So WhatsApp, it was one of the platforms that interacted all the people that there wasn't any way, because WhatsApp, it was very popular at that time. So this is also one of the effective platforms that we can interact with each other. We can share our knowledge. I remember in my experience that we were asked to record the videos on different kinds of grammar topics, and we shared these videos with our students via WhatsApp. And they could, if the internet wasn't stable, they could send us their voice records. So did they understand it or not? Sometimes it wasn't possible for us to see each other, but via the videos, we could send them materials. It is very convenient for teachers and for students to send their research work, as for example, in my case at Khorog State University, sometimes my students and we don't have time to see each other and discuss their diploma work, their research work. They send us via WhatsApp, and I can comment on their research work, and they try to correct all the parts of their paper. The same it works with teenagers, school children. How can we, the one thing that I like, for example, in WhatsApp, my students, 8th grade students, they write with me, they use Shugni language, but they speak with me in Shugni language, but they use the letters of English alphabet. And it also one way to enhance their writing skills, because actually English language is very similar with Shugni language. We have the same sounds, and they all the time they use the English letters to share their ideas. At the same time, in English language, and at the same time Shugni language, but with English alphabet. The next one, this is LinkedIn. I think LinkedIn is also very common, and it is popular among professionals, especially. Is a social media platform or network for professionals. It helps to network and to build professional portfolio. It enables to connect with people, LinkedIn connections. this professional networking platform has become a valuable social learning tool for professionals. So actually, it is also very good platform for developing, yes, for professional development of teachers. They can, yes, enter this platform, and it provides different kinds of professional development topics. We can say workshop it can provide, and they can study and be part of these workshops. So, and they can have ability to enhance their knowledge. So Instagram, it is also one of the popular platform. When an Instagram user wants to develop his flyer for a particular language, then the user should post and share his views only in the particular language which she wants to improve. The user should really be stern not to translate in his or her own language. New friends can be hashtagged and form a language learning community. Their likes and comments on others' posts can be done through the language that needs to be improved. So Instagram, we can see that mostly my students, I think every student, they are engaged in sharing reels, for example, via Instagram. You can give different kinds of assignments to students so that they can share their reels, share their short videos to their classmates, to students, so they can hashtag other friends, so that it can be available for them to put comments and to post other kind of videos. And it will be yes, a kind of platform that can enhance their learning, their knowledge in particular in English. So, so these were the very common platforms that are used not only by teachers, but also by students. So, of course, we can see different kinds of benefits. The benefits can be helpful for us to enhance knowledge, not only the teacher's knowledge, but also the student's knowledge. But of course, there are some drawbacks, or we can say disadvantages of using these platforms. So what kind of challenges can be while using these kind of platforms? So identifying the beneficial materials for students to use can be difficult for ESL and EFL teachers. So, of course, teachers now, they are using these platforms in order to find a particular topic that could be very interesting for their students. And all the time searching and searching and searching the topic for their students, it is very difficult. Sometimes you think that this topic is more appropriate for my students' knowledge, then you change it, and then you start again, finding different kinds of topics, and it takes a lot of time. And for identifying the beneficial materials, it is not so easy. Finding or assigning the materials that are suitable for students' English abilities. So as we know, the materials are provided by Western channels, and sometimes the assignment that you give to students, it is not very appropriate to your students' abilities, and when you give it, they fail, and you can't, yes, you can't find solution at this moment. So sometimes it needs time to adapt it and to make it more level to your students' knowledge, and that's why we need to be careful. So Facebook and Twitter, these learning tools could become nothing more than a waste of time. So of course, Facebook and Twitter, especially Facebook, it provides different educational materials. We can see different groups that they provide, but all the time you are searching and using only the Facebook and Twitter for your students. It is nothing more than a waste of time. It means that it doesn't give sometimes proper materials for your students. And materials are not designed for learning purposes. Of course, how does the media know that what do you want to give your students? And they are not designed with your desire. And that's why these challenges we can face all the time. And of course, there are some other challenges that, for example, English language is not the subject that, for example, in some schools, students in Tajikistan, I know that the hours of English language is, I think, only 2 hours in 1 week they have. And giving the opportunity, or even one time a week, I think, yes, at public schools. And finding and the materials that teachers, for example, they prepare for their students, the hours are not enough for developing and for giving that knowledge from the media to your students. So challenges can be different. And here I have a question. Did you face, for example, different kinds of challenges while using any platform? Can you please share?
Sorry, could you repeat your question again?
So did you face any problem while using any types of platform, the commonly used platform, for example, YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram? Did you face any kind of problems with your students?
So, can I answer this question,
Yes, of course.
Teacher Bakhtibegim?
Yeah, I think.
So, fortunately, I haven't ever faced this kind of problem. But when you ask this question, I immediately thought about some website, about some sites where they publish like some announcements how to enroll in some universities. And so,
After 10, but not less than
case some
5.
students may get confused. They hope for it. They think that it might be like uh, fully for
When you
free,
have the
and they do
same
not think that there are some
smartphone
people that they have
to
to pay
issue
for them. And
and sending, you don't
sometimes
have
when they realize
recommendations,
that
right?
they
If
have to
I'm
pay
not
for some
mistaken,
uh,
we
mm,
can think of some.
how to say,
That's
for some people, they can get disappointed in this case.
coming up with some recommendations. Okay.
For example, we can see the announcement in Facebook, in Instagram, so
Yeah.
that frequently appears, and students may think that, for example, they can say that the study
Yeah,
is
thank you, sir.
for free, everything is for free, like the
So what do you
accommodation
think
is for free, and
this
in this
was
case, they may feel
recommendations?
think that everything is like for free, but those people
Again,
who offer these услуги, like
services,
they
yes.
get services, they get money. And in this case, when maybe I know some students from village, for example, that they even cannot pay the service, and in that case they can get disappointed.
Yes,
But
sure.
otherwise,
Sure, of course. Yes, it happens to every student that they are inspired to apply to different kinds of universities, and they face these kind of challenges that they don't give the credible information. And all the time, even my students come to me and ask, teacher, how can we apply to those universities that they are credible? How can we know? So yes, this is a challenge, and it is not easy to identify the credible information or yes, non-credible information, and they face these kind of problems. Yes, I absolutely agree with you. Maybe others can share your problems.
Yeah, and why not? Good ideas. And I thought of like maybe also community involvement, like involving the community itself can also be beneficial. Like the community leaders, especially.
Okay.
Who could work with, for example, with the
So here we have Muqaddam. Sometimes I have faced this challenge. Muqaddam, what do you mean by facing this challenge? Challenging with applying to different universities, or challenging with using any kind of platform? I can download YouTube video. No, of course, yes. Of course, we also challenge, we have this kind of challenges, we have this kind of problems. Sometimes, yes, if your internet is not stable, you can't, for example, produce the video to your students, and your lesson might fail. And yes, we all the time, teachers, they need to be armed in any case in our classrooms, because we know that the internet is not so stable in Tajikistan, and that's why we need to have plan B. Okay. So any other ideas? So we have Mauluda Zulfova. She has lack of knowledge on using media resources in class. Of course, so Mauluda, thank you for your for sharing your idea. Of course, nowadays that it came a tremendous nowadays, but teachers, they need some kinds of trainings to be aware of media usage in their classroom. And while they don't know how to use it, they face different kinds of bad situation. They don't know. There are so many opportunities for teachers to use tech tools, but they don't, for example, have access to internet. They don't have knowledge to be informed, and these kind of problems might challenge different kinds of teachers. Okay. So now I think we will wrap up with our topic. So media, now we know that media, it is a very good and very beneficial tool for every teacher and for every student to enhance their knowledge. So we are aware of different kinds of platforms that they might be helpful, or they for sure be helpful for every student and for every teacher to enhance their knowledge. We have different kinds of educational platforms in Facebook. Just let's take one example. So EWB can provide us different kinds of opportunities that we, all the teachers, and not only teachers, or of course different students, they can be engaged with different kinds of activities. For example, recently EWB, they you provided with some kind of speaking club, yes, speaking club that it engaged all our university students to be engaged in this kind of speaking club, and they were rewarded with a certificate, and of course there was a kind of competition between students. So this is the way how they can enhance their knowledge. You see that media, it is one important part of our life. It became the important part of our life, and I think it is not possible to live without technology. Students all the time, oh teacher, it is impossible for us to leave our telephones. Yes, and we need our telephones because we breathe with our telephones. So teachers need to think about, after hearing this kind of yes, their ideas, that if they can't live without telephone, so we need to change something in our classrooms. We need to yes, we need to take our smartphones, we need to bring that media in our classes, so that, because it is their world, it is the media, it is the world of this generation. So that how can we engage our students? We need to look at them and we need to learn something from them, and even you can engage them to help you to use these platforms. They know better. They know better these platforms than me. For example, sometimes I don't know how to use the multimedia that we use in our classes. My students come and they quickly switch on, and they quickly plug in everything, and they can say, teacher, here you are, you have everything. And after these kind of activities, we need to think of changing and using media. And even there should be kind of suggestion for our principals and for yes, for Ministry of Education. We can also that there should be a change in curriculum to add media literacy in plan, yes, in this curriculum, so that it can be taught to everyone.
Another one.
Okay, so Gulnora, so I think
Yes, yeah, thank you so much, Molima. And we have some questions here from our Facebook users and from us as well. So the question is, the first question, let me find it. So have you found certain types of media more effective than others?
sorry, Gulnora, can you?
Have you found certain types of media more effective than others?
Yeah, but this is, I think, a different.
Okay, thank you. Yes, of course. Thank you for the question. So certain types of media effective, I think the effective one, that is YouTube. That is the most effective platform for students. So when I see in my class that my students getting bored or something like, so let's sing karaoke, and they, oh teacher, great one, and you see, I see the happy faces, and they start dancing, they start singing, of course, English songs. And then the teacher, can we, yes, can we sing another kind of song? You see, it is also one way of enhancing, at the same time, their pronunciation skill, at the same time, their speaking skill, at the same time, their listening skill. So this is the best platform that I use in my, of course, I not only for making some fun with my students, but also I can integrate YouTube with my topic. For example, when I teach listening and speaking to my students, so and the topic that we have in our curriculum, so I will find I will pick up the topic from TED Talks. So TED Talks, it is one of the best channels that it gives you different kinds of topics that you can relate this one to your topic, and I put it to my students. They take notes, they try to understand each word, and then after putting this record, of course, via YouTube, you can prepare yourself to develop a kind of questionnaire for your students, and then after listening recording or after watching the video, they start answering the question. And it is very good. You adapt this kind of material to your students. YouTube, they don't do this, but you do this. You pick up any kind of video and that is related to your topic, and you can develop some questions. You can pick up some vocabularies and matching different kinds of definition. And you see, after I experienced these kind of things after giving this kind of assignments. Yes, they became perfect, and they said, "Teacher, we understood this video very accurately." So yes, it is surprising because their accent is not so clear for my students. Their speaking is too fast, and the language that they use, it is more complicated. And of course, it is not easy for them. Even for teachers, it is not easy. But when you adapt it, when you develop some questions, when you pick up some vocabularies, when you put critical thinking questions, so that is bomb. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much, Malima. And we have some more questions here. And where do you see the future of using media in English language education?
So where do I see?
Yeah, the future of using media in English language education.
So yes, recently we discussed with my colleagues that we think that in future students will not need teachers. They just watch video. They just use the materials from media, and we were pity and upset that we'll lose our jobs. So yes, I think it's joke. I hope it's joke. But actually, we as we see nowadays, students, they at the same time, in my case, at the same time, they listen to me. They ask for clarification, and at the same time, they say, "Teacher, we will watch some videos, and it will be more effective for us to understand that topic." And sometimes I thought that we are coming to the future of replacing media. Replacing teacher with media. I don't know what will happen tomorrow, but we see these kind of things that are happening with us and with our students. Even we sometimes we find that it's challenging to provide our students with more modern knowledge, with modern topics, with new edition books. For example, in Taiwan University, we have old edition books, and when they open, they say, "Oh, teacher, these are very old people." But I think media, they have their smartphones, and in media, they using we can share the new book with them. They can use all the books. They have all the materials. So it is helpful for teachers at the same time, and it is, of course, it has its drawbacks.
Yeah, thank you so much, Malima. And we have some more questions here. Misinformation is prevalent online. How can we effectively address the challenge of using media consumed for language learning promotes accurate information and avoids pre-denoting cultural biases.
Okay, so thank you, misinformation. Of course, media literacy. So media literacy, it is a very important skill for every person nowadays, because people, not only students, but yes, every person is under control when we are using media, when we are using these kind of different platforms. And sometimes we are misinformed, we are misled by different companies, and we just believe. But sometimes we need to check that, we need to analyze, we need to avoid biases. So bias, as we know, that is just one side, not both sides. We should not just think about one, yes, we should not be one-sided people. We should be two-sided people. We should think about good sides, and we should think about bad sides of the information that we get from the media. And here we have effectively addressed the challenge of ensuring media consumed for language learning. Of course, for example, I taught recently bias. So what is bias? And for my students, it was not easy to understand first the terminology. And I tried to give them the notion of bias. And we had some activities that, how do you accept the information? Let's have, for example, any kind of experience, and I gave them the information that it was wrong information. And some of them, they accepted the information, but some of them, they were in doubt. And then it was a moment of understanding the word bias. So with different activities, finding the information. So what do you think about the information? Do you agree with this information? Yes, only questioning. Critically come to the information. Don't believe it. Even if it is correct information, just don't believe it. Put question, find the source, ask other sources, put the question on Google, who is the company that they, for example, produced this kind of, they publish this kind of information. So it will make them to be more safe. They protect themselves. Thank you, Gulnura.
Yeah, thank you so much, Mulima. And we have from Mehrin Yushoeva another question. And I think you have already answered, but let's give some more clarification again for her. Like she says that, could you advise which platform is the best to use?
Thank you, Mary. The platform, it depends. It depends on teacher. Yes, we know that teachers, they when they come into their class, they know better what is the level of their students. They know better which platform is more commonly used among her students or his students. And she will, yes, because you are observer of the action that are happening in your class. You monitor everything. You are everything in your class. And you know, what do they like? What do they hate? What do they love? And then you will pick up from, yes, you will put all these kind of platforms, the names of the platforms, and you see that which one is the best one, which one is more appropriate for the level of my students, which one is more available for my students. So yes, we know that the condition of our students, some of them, they have access to internet, some of them, they don't have access. So we should create a kind of situation for our students so that it can be available. You can, yes, if you use YouTube, you can, yes, give that Wi-Fi from your phone, not asking your students give Wi-Fi, but from your phone, yes, pay yourself. And give opportunity to your students to be engaged in that activity. If you don't have, for example, put students in a way that one student has access to internet, but another doesn't have, so put them together so that they can be engaged together. So this is very important, and it depends on you. For me, YouTube is the best platform. Sometimes Facebook, yes, Facebook is also Google. Google, yes, Google is the god of internet. So it depends on you. Thank you.
Oh, good. And we have another question from Sadbar. She asked the question like, how do you usually control your students the way they use the phone in the classroom?
No. Tough questions, Advait. So we know that they are living with their phones. It's impossible to take their phones just during the controlled assignments that we give, tests we give. We can we can tell them particular rules that it is forbidden to use phones during a test or during any kind of assignment. But in other cases, I think just make them take the benefits from their phone, not only be engaged in their personal things. You give any kind of assignment, and then you, for example, say, Omid, can you please look at your phone that what does mean this word? And they start, and you quickly see that all the students, they start looking this word. So controlling them just during the controlled assignment, but in other cases, no, I don't want, because I know that they at the same time they are engaged in social media, and at the same time they say, teacher, I'm searching the word. They don't take any dictionaries with them. They have it in their phones. How can you take their phones? And of course, the principle, the regulation, it doesn't let students take their phones at class, but be careful. Yes, sometimes we are under control, but sometimes it is very necessary for them to use smartphones. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much, Malima. And we have the last question from Mavluda. She asks, do you also face challenges while using media in the class?
Of course, the challenges, so many challenges we face. For example, when we want to engage them with different kinds of tech tools, not all students, they have access. For example, Kahoot, yes, Kahoot, and you can give internet to some, but not to all class. And some students, they just sit, yes, but you need to be sure that everyone has access to internet, and then you can work with Kahoot. But otherwise, half of students, they work with them, but half they are, yes, they are unhappy that teacher, we don't have access to internet. How can we work with this kind of platform? And yes, just it depends. Sometimes it depends. Sometimes they come, they have access. Sometimes, I'm out of money and I don't have access to internet. Thank you.
Exactly, yes. Yeah. So yeah, thank you very much, Malima Bakhtibegim, yes, for your
Thank you very much.
commitment for doing an amazing webinar all the time
Thank
for
you.
us. Thank you
Thank
so
you very
much.
much.
We really appreciate that. And thank you very much, dear participant, for finding time and allocating this time for your self-improvement. Thank you so much that you have joined, and thank you for being such an active during the webinar,
Oh, sure.
asking questions. So we really appreciate that.
Thank you.
Thank you
Thank
so
you very
much,
much.
and
Thank you.
happy iftar to all of you.
Thank you very much to all of you too.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank
you.
you, Teacher Bakhtibegim and
Thank
EWB
you.
again
Thanks
for
a
this
lot.
webinar.
Yes.
Goodbye.
Have a great evening.
Thank you very much.
Goodbye. Thank you. Thanks.